Ever thought you were too old for YouTube? Yeah, right. You're not. What's that? Isn't YouTube a chaotic maze of kids unboxing toys, over-caffeinated tech bros, and cats doing unspeakably dumb things? Sure, that's all part of it, but there's an entirely new world out there waiting for someone like you. Someone with actual life experiences, stories, and viewpoints that don't start with, like, OMG. So now I'm spilling the tea for older beginners, not just to dip their toes into the YouTube pool, but to cannonball right into it. Make a splash and then laugh about how half your friends just don't get the internet. Hi, I'm John, your host, and the guy who once tried to find the any key on a keyboard. So trust me, when it comes to wrestling with technology, I've seen it all. Here's the deal for today. I'm here to tell you why starting a YouTube channel in your 50s, 60s, or heck, even your 90s might be the best decision you've ever made since figuring out how to silence those family chats. We'll talk about key success stories, drag you kicking and screaming through some basic tech, and most importantly, give you 10 essential tips you need to launch a channel that are so good, even your grumpy neighbor Frank might hit the like button. Alright, enough small talk. Make sure you've got some snacks, perhaps a notepad, and maybe some antacids if you're prone to existential anxiety. Let's roll. Here's the tea, or the coffee, or the wine, or the beer. I don't judge. Older creators are blowing up on YouTube, and no, I don't mean figuratively. Well, okay, I do, but whatever, stay with me. YouTube is no longer a playground for the people who say cray-cray unironically. It's a thriving platform for people like you, people who have seen a few decades, and frankly, aren't afraid to tell it like it is. YouTube's grown-ups are bringing something those TikTok kids just don't have yet. Experience, authenticity, and yes, better grammar. Boom, advantage you. Don't believe me? Look around. From grandmas teaching macrame to silver-haired tech reviewers, these creators are shaking up the game. Why? Because people beg for authenticity in this overly filtered world. And who could be more authentic than someone who doesn't give two craps about saying what's real? You've got wisdom, humor, and most importantly, a BS detector the length of a CVS receipt. Use it. So what's in it for you, you ask? Besides having the sheer joy of finally having something to shove in your grandkids' Snapchat-obsessed faces? Oh, we'll get to that. But first, the elephant in the room. Why bother? I can already hear some of you mumbling, why would I want to yell into the internet when I barely managed to set up my DVR? And if you know what a DVR is, you're in the right place. So, good question. But hear me out. There are actually a ton of reasons why this is a genius move, especially for you. Starting a YouTube channel is basically a crash course in modern skills. You'll learn how to edit videos, shoot like Spielberg, or at least a Spielberg intern, and figure out what SEO stands for without throwing your laptop out the window. Don't panic when you fail the first 17 times, because that's called learning. Plus, nothing quite gives you that adrenaline rush like uploading your first video and reading comments like, "You're my biggest inspiration," even if it is from a bot. Picture this. You post a video on your secret passion for bird watching. Suddenly, hundreds of people from around the globe are chiming in with bird sighting tips, book recommendations, and bad puns about parrots. Welcome to your tribe. YouTube is less of a worldwide web and more of a worldwide clubhouse. Find your people and thrive. Oh, and did I mention this hobby of yours might just pay off? Literally? Between ad revenue, sponsorships, and promoting that thing you love, hello artisanal cheese knives, you could be looking at enough extra cash to fund your next beach vacation. Or, replace that furnace before winter ruins your life. Still with me? Great. Now let's get to the reason you showed up. Those 10 tips for rocking the platform. Alright folks, it's showtime. Adjust your screen brightness because these 10 tips are your holy grail for YouTube success. Tip number 1, find your niche. You can't just say, I like cooking. That's like your neighbor Bob declaring he's opening up a shop. It's meaningless. Do you specialize in low-carb casseroles? Weird historic recipes that are probably unsafe? Get specific and plant your content flag. It's your niche. Claim it. Tip number 2, know the platform. Watch others. No, I don't mean spending hours going down the rabbit hole of cat videos, though I do get the temptation. Study successful creators. Analyze what hooks you, and steal unashamedly as inspiration, of course. YouTube is like a vast, chaotic library of ideas, but there's a method to the madness. Dive into channels that align with your niche and take notes. What are they doing right? Is it their wit, their consistent branding, or the way they tell a story? And keep an eye on the video titles, thumbnails, and descriptions too. Those are like the book covers of YouTube. They sell the content before the viewers even click play. Tip number 3, gathering basic tech knowledge. Yes, editing software can be baffling, but so could the TV remote back in 2001. Remember when you first encountered the input button and swore it was sorcery? Well, congratulations, you survived that, and you'll survive this too. Start small and manageable. Free tools like iMovie or CapCut can help you create videos without feeling like you signed up for a NASA training program. Tutorials are your best friends here. YouTube is loaded with creators who explain editing as if they are showing it to their grandparents. Take it one step at a time, and don't be afraid to press pause, rewind, and yell at the screen. It's oddly therapeutic, even if people think you're a little cray-cray. Tip number 4, staying consistent. Upload on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Don't ghost your viewers unless you want an inbox flooded with angry emails saying, "Where are you? My Tuesdays are empty now." Consistency is key to growing your channel and building trust with your audience. Imagine if your favorite TV show aired randomly. Chaos, right? Same thing here. Create a schedule that works for you. Maybe it's every Monday at 6 p.m. or maybe every second Thursday at 3 a.m. Not recommended, but you do you. Your viewers will appreciate knowing when to expect content, and you'll appreciate the structure. Because let's be honest, structure is half the battle. Tip number 5, investing in sound early on. They might forgive an unattractive background, but not a grainy, wind-blown mic noise that sounds like you're filming in the middle of a hurricane. Here's the deal. Audio matters more than video quality, especially when you're starting out. A decent microphone doesn't have to break the bank. Options like Blue Snowball or Rode Video Micro are great choices for beginners. Test your audio setup before hitting record, and avoid filming next to your neighbor's lawnmower or your kitchen's clattering dishwasher. Clear sound equals happy viewers. Tip number 6, engaging with comments. Yes, you need to engage. Pretend it's Christmas letters from distant cousins, except these cousins actually care about your birdwatching vlog. Responding to comments is the easiest way to grow a community. A simple thank you or a thoughtful reply can turn a casual viewer into a loyal fan. If someone asks a question, answer it. If they share a personal story, acknowledge it. And yes, you'll get the occasional troll. Ignore them. Or reply with an overly polite, "Thank you for your feedback." It confuses the heck out of them, trust me. Tip number 7, planning your content. Flying by the seat of your pants works in movies, but not in YouTube. And remember, even Indiana Jones had a map. Spend some time brainstorming and outlining your video ideas. Jot down a few key points or even a loose script. This helps you stay focused and minimizes dreaded rambling. We've all been there. Heck, I'm probably doing it right now. Tip number 8, lighting without the Hollywood budget. No, you don't need a full studio setup. A window and a little creativity work wonders. Natural light is your friend, and if you're filming at night or in a dim room, grab an affordable ring light. Just avoid filming with a bright window behind you, unless you want to look like a witness in a crime documentary. Tip number 9, experimenting with your style. Find what works for you. Maybe it's storytelling, maybe it's tutorials, or maybe it's just talking to the camera like it's your old buddy Bob. Don't stress about getting it perfect right away. Try different approaches and see what clicks. The beauty of being an older creator is that you know who you are. Lean into that authenticity. Tip number 10, embrace the imperfection. Done is better than perfect. Seriously, your first few videos are going to feel like they were edited by someone who just discovered electricity, and that's okay. Perfectionism can be a creativity killer. Focus on getting content out there rather than obsessing over every detail. No one expects your first video to look like Spielberg directed it. Some of the most successful creators started with a shaky camera, questionable lighting, and editing that made their mothers cringe. What matters is that they started. Think of your early videos as practice runs. They're stepping stones, not your magnum opus. Over time, your skills will improve, your confidence will grow, and your videos will naturally get better. Remember, your audience isn't looking for perfection. They're looking for you. Your personality, your stories, and your unique perspective are what keep them coming back for more. Hit upload, take a deep breath, and maybe reward yourself with a cookie. You earned it. You made it. Not too bad for someone who doesn't get all this tech nonsense. Here's the thing. Perfection is overrated. You're not here to become the next PewDiePie. If you don't know who that is, you're off the hook anyway. You're here to share you. Fly your weird little flag. The internet loves weird. Now, get out of here, hit record, and send me your first video when you're done. Unless it's karaoke. Seriously, maybe don't do karaoke. Until next time, have a great day.